Hello everybody, Aaron the Introvert here. I hope you all are doing well today. As you can see, today we're going to be playing some Jak and Daxter, which is it's an all-time favorite of mine. This is a classic that I grew up playing with, probably one of my earliest childhood gaming memories. So we're gonna hop right into it. The first Jak and Daxter. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. I'm a big fan of 3D platformers, as you all probably know by now. It's my favorite genre, and yeah, this is another great one. There's our buddy Daxter scratching his rump. I love him. There's our boy Jak. Yes, this game's made by Naughty Dog. They're the original creators of the Crash Bandicoot series. They did the first 3 games. So Crash Bandicoot 1, Crash 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and Crash 3 Warped. And then they also did Crash Team Racing, but then after that, Naughty Dog, no longer really had the rights to Crash because Sony sold them to Universal, and then they went from Universal to Activision. So yeah, Crash Bandicoot. Now Microsoft owns them because they acquired Activision. So Crash has been all over the place. But yeah, Jak and Daxter is a franchise that Sony still owns. They just haven't done anything with it in I don't know, 20 years at this point. Who knows how long it's been. But let's hop in. We'll start ourselves a new file here.
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father...
I think there's a way... Is there a way to turn on subtitles?
...failed to find. Who were the precursors?
Okay, well...
Did they create the vast amount of...
Sorry guys, I thought there was an option for subtitles, but I guess not. We'll just let the cutscene play, and hopefully everybody can hear it just fine.
What was their purpose, and why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall.
Rocks don't talk, you idiot.
Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance.
Yeah, I'm gonna try not to do a whole lot of talking here in the cutscene. We'll just watch.
The sage anyway. I'm only the master of Greeny Go, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jak, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Our big baddies.
Continue your search for artifacts in Nico. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
She's very well endowed, isn't she? That other dude, I don't know if he's having an asthma attack or a heart attack. He just always goes.
What are we doing here anyway, Jak? This
makes me start getting fixated on my own breathing, and then I start feeling short of breath, like.
Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But
voice
if you
acting
ask
in this
me,
game's
they
good.
must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that?
This game has a lot more cutscenes than the typical 3D platformers that we play on the channel. It's usually 3D platformers aren't very story focused. Not that this game has a huge story, but it does play out kind of like a cartoon. You could see this being a Disney movie or a show or something.
Man, that stung.
That's how Daxter becomes Daxter.
I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened. What? I'm fine. I'm fine.
And so Jack, if you can't tell already, he's a silent protagonist, so he doesn't do any talking. Daxter kind of makes up for that, does all the talking for us.
What in Green Tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me! Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go, Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while.
Well, isn't that
The
convenient?
only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer! You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both
Roasted.
into ferns.
Alright, I think we're switching over to gameplay here, so now I'm at liberty to talk. I just didn't want to interrupt the cutscene too much, in case you haven't played this game.
With it, my father and I can give you advice at any time during
Yeah. She's just kind of going to give us a tutorial here. This is kind of our starting area, which is pretty linear, but this game has a lot of familiar elements if you did grow up with Crash Bandicoot. You know, Jack, he has a spin move. You know, we break these chests, which is a little bit similar to the boxes. We can pick up these...
These floating egg-shaped things are precursor orbs.
Yes, that, exactly.
And some of the villagers will give you a power cell in exchange.
Yeah, so instead of getting like Wumpa fruits or something, we're getting these power cells. And if we want to 100% complete the game, or rather these precursor eggs, which we can trade in for power cells. And yeah, so to 100% the game, we're going to have to find all these, also get all the power cells, which is what that little doohickey right over there is, that little meteorite-looking thing.
The most important precursor artifact you can find.
Looks like something out of Jimmy Neutron. I don't know. It's would have been around the same time. I think this game came out in like 2001, maybe. Nice. But yeah, these power cells are our key collectibles. So you know, pretty much every one of these 3D platformers has you know, something similar. You know, Mario 64 has power stars, and you know, you've got Spyro the Dragon. Well, it depends on the game, but in some games you're collecting like dragon eggs, and you know.
But the lurkers must have captured them all.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's kind of a staple for 3D platform. Banjo-Kazooie, you're getting puzzle pieces. You know, very common trope, kind of pioneered by Mario 64. But yeah, we got this smash move here, which is kind of similar to in Crash Bandicoot 2. There were some metal crates like this that you could only break by doing like a face plant into them. So it's kind of again another one of those elements that Naughty Dog kind of carried over from Crash Bandicoot to this game.
I had a power cell. I'll bet if you collect all 7 in each area, you can find even more power cells.
Sweet, sweet.
That's Blue Eco, which contains the energy of motion.
Yeah,
Blue Eco allows you to run fast, break boxes, and even activate some precursor artifacts when you get near them.
Yes, that Blue Eco stuff is helpful. It turns this kind of jet gets all glowy. It's not really like you're invincible like a star from Mario, but it does let you just kind of break through stuff, and while you've got this energy coursing through, you can use it to power like other machinery and stuff. It's kind of weird, but you know, it is a mechanic. We might turn around and go back because I think there was some more stuff we could get down at the beach here. I don't know if there's another way where we wrap around, but I'm pretty sure I saw some something down here somewhere. Where was it? Yeah, there's some stuff. I knew I saw something around here somewhere. But yeah, the game is sort of kind of open world in a way. But this first level is kind of its own standalone little tutorial area where you're just kind of going from point A to point B. But after this, the game is all kind of just one interconnected world that doesn't really have a whole lot of, like, you know, load screens or anything. So I'd say that's pretty revolutionary for 2000 and 2001. Technically, Banjo-Tooie might have done that sort of thing first, but probably executed a little bit better here. So we can swim out in the distance, but we'll get eaten by a piranha type thing. This used to scare the crap out of me as a kid. You swim out, you start hearing a heartbeat. It beats louder and louder until you get eaten. Now, there it is. Yeah, that always just jump scared me and traumatized that playing. Imagine being like a 5-year-old playing this game, right? Anyway, Darren's pretty inconsequential. I don't think we have any lives in this game, best I can remember, so, you know, it's whatever. You can do this roll move followed by a jump, a little bit similar to Mario's long jump from Mario 64, although if I'm being completely honest, it doesn't feel quite as good. Jack also has a double jump. You can do that little spin move in midair to kind of give ourselves an extra little, little moment of airtime before we fall. If we need help lining up a jump, you got you can crouch and do a high jump similar to Mario 64 and Crash Bandicoot both kind of do that.
This is a precursor
Another
door.
cutscene. I'll shut up now.
It can only be opened by approaching the door while channeling Blue Eco through your body.
Alright. Yeah, channeling Blue Eco through our body. So in this world, is this Blue Eco stuff, is this like it's like we also run faster when we have it?
That's a Blue Eco vent.
Would you stop interrupting me every 5 seconds? But would this count as like like using drugs to help you win in like the Olympics or something? Would I get disqualified in this world if I harness the power of Blue Eco to help me, like, win a track and field competition? Performance-enhancing drugs. I'm going to go out on a limb and say promptly. There's Daxter doing a little break dance. This game's got a lot of different animations. That's something I guess Naughty Dog has always kind of been known for when I think about it, because Crash Bandicoot, when that first came out, Crash was notorious for having more animations, I think, than like any other video game character at the time back on the PS1. He would have all these different unique, death animations for, if you died in different scenarios and stuff. So you got that in this game. Each time you die, Daxter will chime in with like a sarcastic little quip. Daxter's great. He's kind of just there for comic relief, kind of giving Jack some emotional support, I guess. He really doesn't have any role in the gameplay, at least not in this game. They incorporate him into the gameplay a little bit in Jak 2 and especially in Jak 3. But here he's just kind of there to be there, but I think that's fine. You're playing as Jack, but then you have Daxter there, who's always, he's always got something smart alecky to say. He's kind of I think a good way to view Daxter is, he's like a Disney princess's talking animal sidekick companion, He's this game's equivalent of like Mushu from, we got all those. Like Mushu from Mulan, or, I guess not just Disney princesses have them, because you've also got, what's the name from Hercules? It's voiced by Danny DeVito. I've seen Hercules, but not that much. But the little, whatever he is. Is he like not a centaur, he's like a half goat. What are those things called? Centaurs half horse, right? I don't know. I'm not as well versed in my Greek mythology as I could be, but you know who I'm talking about. That guy. Yeah, let's work back to the hut. Yeah, that's kind of how I see Daxter as kind of being your funny Disney movie
Good
sidekick,
training,
basically.
boys, but that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
Oh, good.
Then no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack? We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the
Maybe they just need some
and clear
fiber.
them out, why don't you? Follow the left.
Well, that's what I do when my eco-collector gets clogged up.
Now, all of you, get out of here!
Okay. Yeesh. Retract the claws. That's what the manager at my local GameStop told me when I said I wasn't interested in renewing my power-up rewards card. It's like, okay, retract the clause. I wasn't interested in selling it to you. I was like, I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to sound hateful. I just don't want it. But yeah, Jack and Daxter is a really solid game. There's what's her face working on our back here. We'll see what she has to say.
Hey, baby. What do you say you and I go cruising on this A-Grav Zoomer?
Rule number 1, I don't date animals.
It's a pretty good rule.
You don't know what you're missing.
Well,
Listen, if you need something to keep you busy,
and there's
my
communities
father
for that
always talked
online,
about
but
an
I wouldn't
ancient
condone it.
precursor pipeline hidden deep underground. Some of these pipes end in vents from which eco flows freely, and some have been
Right.
capped off so that the eco is sealed back. There must be a way to turn the capped vents on. I traced part of the pipeline back to the Forbidden Temple. Maybe you should look there for some type of switch.
kill. Yeah, so we've got kind of like multiple objectives. There's different ways we can go. Again, this game, it's not fully open world. Like, there'll be stuff that's gatekept where it's like you need to get so many, power cells before you're able to advance to this portion of the map. But it is all just kind of one giant map, basically. I do kind of wish this game actually had a map you could look at on the pause screen. Would be kind of nice. I always hate, there's a lot of 3D platformers where it's like, why do I not have a map? That would make things so much more
Did you see
convenient.
the size of the bite that lurker shark took out of the fisherman's boat? We best stay way clear of them.
I'm assuming that's what ate
I
me,
don't
was a
think we can
lurker
tackle
shark.
That dag nasty.
And yeah, I used to play this
Maybe we
game
should
all the
go root out
time.
the fisherman. I heard he was in the jungle fishing by the lower river.
Dexter, would you be quiet for 5 seconds? No, but the voice acting in this game is really top notch. I wouldn't be getting annoyed if I wasn't
It looks
commentating. I do like hearing all the
always
little
in red boxes.
the little quips. There's the mayor. We can talk to him. But yeah, Jack and Daxter. A very solid game. Naughty Dog, they would go on after this to do the Uncharted series, Nathan Drake's Uncharted. I've never actually played any of those because I never had like a PS3 or a PS4. I kind of fell out with Sony after the PS2 era. And the PS5, which is what I'm playing this on, this is actually my first time owning a PlayStation console myself. The PS2, I grew up playing, was my brother's. So yeah, this is my first time actually owning a PlayStation console, but I really enjoy the PS5. I've been going back through, with its massive library of games that I just never really had the opportunity to play before. We'll grab some of these before we start talking to the NPCs, just because there's so much dialogue, and I want to at least get a couple words in before we're interrupted by another cutscene. This guy's got one of those scouter flies or whatever this is. Hey Vegeta, what does the scouter fly say about his power level? It's over 9,000. Okay, let's talk to this guy instead of making 2008 memes.
Don't tell me that you two have problems as well. The first I hear of monster sightings near the village, and now
Ain't
this.
good.
See those gears up there, boys? See them? See how they're not moving? That means our village has no power. The eco beam coming from the jungle temple has been interrupted. And boys, everyone's too frightened to go out and find out what's happened.
This sounds like a you
Pay the
problem.
bill?
Yeah?
Oh, you're funny. Now look, if you two fix the eco beam, I'll give you a power cell. Oh, and another thing, if by any chance you're interested in making a contribution to my re-election campaign, I might be willing to part with yet another power cell. The minimum contribution is a very modest 90 precursor orbs.
Isn't that bribery? Like, as a politician, are you allowed to do that? Like, I know you're not supposed to, like, pay for people's votes, but, like, if you say, if you donate to my campaign, I'll give you, like, this special perk. Like, is that legal? Maybe it is. I don't know. But, let's see what we got in these other houses. Let's talk to this guy.
Well, hello there, my dear boy. You've caught me at a most inopportune
Hello,
moment.
good sir. What sayest
I was set off
thou?
on my journeys yesterday, but I seem to be a spot short on the old precursor orbs. I would have pledged my word that I had 90 of them, but I gather that your young friend, the little annoying, miserably ugly one, might have just pilfered them as a sort of a spot of fun. Anyway, would you be kind enough to loan your dear old uncle 90 precursor orbs so he can get underway? I would offer you a power cell in return.
Everyone's such a cheapskate in this world. They all just want money from us. But yeah, so that's Jack's uncle. He makes no appearances in the second or third game. The story and also the gameplay of the Jack and Daxter series is weird because they make a hard pivot from the second game on, where Jack 2 and Jack 3 are absolutely nothing like this game. Jack 3 I think is okay. I'm going to be honest, a lot of people really like Jack 2, so I might say it's the best Jack and Daxter game. I really do not like Jack 2. Jack 2...
we can get this open if you power up with that.
I actually recently beat it for the first time when I got my PS5, like maybe about a year and a half ago, and I actually just beat Jack 3 I think earlier this year, and also Daxter, because there's a game that's just starring Daxter that was on the PSP. I think that's kind of cool how like some of the sidekicks got their own full game on the PSP. It's kind of like, well, the big boys are on the console, and then you've got these more truncated experiences, kind of spin-off starring a side character on on handheld. So you had Daxter. There was also a Clank game, like from Ratchet and Clank. Let's get this yak in here, whatever this thing's supposed to be. Grab some more of these. Grab some more of these precursor eggs here. This leads us into Fire Canyon, which we can't go this way yet because we have to have that flying vehicle repaired before then by bringing some power cells to what's-her-face.
Fuel my heat shield. You can't cross Fire Canyon until you collect enough power cells.
All right, we'll talk to this farmer here. He wants us to get all these animals into his pen here. So we'll talk to him, do that little side quest so we can get ourselves a power cell. This game, it's kind of almost like a mix between other 3D platformers like Mario and stuff, but also with some Zelda. This character, Jack, he's got some big pointy ears. They all kind of do. You got these different side quests, you got to do. It's kind of more of an adventure game than other 3D platformers. So yeah, very somewhat Zelda-ish in its DNA, I would say. But let's talk to this guy.
Gotta milk those yak cows. Gotta milk those yak cows. Oh, it's you. Oh, just resting my tired bones. I've been trying to get those ornery yak cows back into the pen all day. Some strange creatures tried to steal them earlier. You think you could help an old man and try to get them back into the corral?
The Golden Corral? I could go for a buffet. Yeah, that farmer, he kind of sounds like the farmer from Barnyard, if anybody ever watched that. There was the movie Barnyard, and then there was the Nickelodeon series Back at the Barnyard. I don't know if it's the same guy or not, but they're very similar farmer voices. Alright, let's get you in there. Come on. You freaking yak. Gotta get the yak back on track. So if it's not on track, that's wiggity whack. If you don't vote for Biden, you ain't black. fry these guys into burgers and have a nice little snack. That's my my haiku. It wasn't a haiku. Haiku's 5 and 7 and 5 syllables. Okay, get in there. The kind of animal abuse here. We're just beating the crap out of this poor animal. Just smacking it right in the tuchus. Okay, get in there. Oh, no, turn around. Turn around every now and then and get a little bit lonely. All right.
That lazy farmer owes us a power cell.
Talk to the farmer.
Ah, well done, my boy. You actually got those flea bags back into the pen. Now I can sleep in peace. Take this power cell for your trouble.
Yeah, this opening of the game where you're kind of in your starting village and you're just kind of like helping the villagers out with their basic problems, like, you know, herding animals into the pen. That reminds me a lot of, although this game actually came first, but Zelda Twilight Princess, where I think it's Ordon Village is the name of the village you start at, and you gotta like help herd the goats into their pen while you're riding on Epona. But yeah, so this is entering into the Forbidden Jungle, so we won't. We'll get this down here, but we won't really go into the jungle part. I'm just kind of staying along the beach right now.
To trade for a power cell. Let's get back and make the switch already.
Okay, we got enough, according to Daxter there, to trade in exchange for a power cell. Can do that either with, I guess, our uncle or the mayor. I think both of them, needed the same amount. I'm not 100% sure about that. There's also somebody on up this way that needs our hard-earned money as well. Because again, everyone in this game is just a bunch of freeloaders. I'm telling you. Whoops. Less nice. Well, we got all the eggs in Sandover Village. But yeah, let's hop up here and get across to that.
Wow! Check out that funky sculpture sitting on the rocks over there.
I was gonna call it a statue, but sculpture. We'll go with that. Like this. Nice. We get all 7 of those in a given area, and we get another power cell. Kind of like getting the 8 red coins in a Mario area. So yeah.
All right. You found all the scout flies in this area.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk to this freaky-looking statue.
Who awakens the oracle? Wait. One of you has the light within. From before time, I have watched and waited for the true hero to return. Present to me 120 precursor orbs for each power cell I contain.
This must be a precursor oracle like the sage always goes on about.
Yeah, so this guy wants money too. How many do we have? 100. Okay, yes, we don't have enough yet.
You must collect 120 precursor orbs, and I will give you a power cell in return.
Not that difficult of a voice to do. Okay, let's see. What we got up here? Already got that. So let's head back this way. There's some more stuff at the beach over on this other side we can explore. So let's go take a look at that right quick. Get everything that there is to get over here. I say right quick, but there actually is quite a bit of stuff over here, so we might be here for a little bit. We might not even get out of the village in this first episode here. We'll probably play for about an hour, then we'll end. We'll see where we're at then. That's probably where we'll wrap it up. But yeah, we're about 30 minutes into this video. I could see this taking us another 30 minutes, but let's just explore. We can go up that way, but we'll just explore along the shoreline first, and then we'll come back through and get the rest. There's one out in the open. I'm sure nothing will happen there. We'll just go right up and get that power cell. Seems pretty easy peasy to me. Oh, who could have thunk it? That freaking pelican.
Just snagged a power cell. Let's go kick some big bird butt.
Alright, so we'll have to go and chase that pelican. Now, we got this thing shooting bombs at us in like a sack. I guess there's really bombs like that in real life. I've never seen them myself, but that's a thing like in Super Mario Bros. 2, which was also a game I played as a kid, probably the same age I was playing Jak and Daxter. There's bombs in that game that look very similar to this, where as a kid I always thought they just kind of looked like exploding Hershey Kisses. I didn't realize it was like a sack with, I guess, explosive powder in it. Yeah, I guess that was just like an old-timey bomb that people might have used back in the day, maybe some of the first bombs or something. I don't know. I'm just used to bombs being all metal and, you know, round. Okay, there's another one. Okay, that one I guess we just straight up grabbed. I was expecting something to snatch that one away, but evidently not. But yeah, Jak and Daxter, I played this game a lot as a kid. I'm honestly not as familiar with it as some other games I've played on this channel. I have 100% completed this game, and we probably will 100% complete it in this playthrough, but I only beat this game once, actually. And that was a couple years ago. As a kid on PS2, I never finished this game. So yeah, I never finished it until I got a PS5. But yeah, we'll probably go for 100% here. If we get enough of these things, I think they can refill our health. But right now we have full health, so it kind of doesn't really matter all that much. Our health is represented by that icon there in the top left. We've got those 3 wedges of health, a bit similar to Pac-Man. It's kind of got a heart shape. That's another thing where as a kid I didn't realize that was a heart. I always thought it was like a pretzel. Doesn't that kind of look like a pretzel? But anyway, let's just keep on punching some crap. I guess we can go ahead and do this. We got to clear out those vents that are backed up. Have no fear, your stool softener is here. Gramps better appreciate me for this. Kill that dog. There's a dog that attacks you that kind of looks and sounds like that in Pac-Man World 2 as well. Alright, got another power cell. Daxter flexing his muscles. Again, there's so many different, like, animations.
I see that you two have finally decided to unblock my collectors. I would offer my congratulations, but you have so much to do, I won't waste your time. By the way, if things don't work out, Daxter could always get a job controlling the village rat problem.
Probably wasn't meant to be foreshadowing, but they said there if things don't work out, Daxter could get a job controlling the village rat problem. And in his own game, Daxter, he's an exterminator, although he doesn't really kill vermin so much as just like bugs and stuff. But yeah, I didn't expect that when I played it. So Daxter was a game that I never really had the opportunity to play because I never had like a PSP or anything growing up because I was always more of a Nintendo kid. What's the point of coming up here? Did I not even need to? Oh, there's another one. Okay. So yeah, I never knew how to do this either because like the game doesn't teach you, but if you do like a punch and then immediately afterward do like a jump, then Jak does an uppercut. And this is like the only spot of the game where that's actually required, I think. But yeah, you can use it to push these platforms up from underneath. See, I don't know why the game doesn't teach you that. I think I had to look that up because I didn't really understand what I was supposed to do there. But yeah, Daxter, it was a solid game. Like I said, I don't really like Jak 3's okay. Jak 2, I'm really not a fan of at all. I find it incredibly frustrating and tedious. Like, they decided to completely change what Jak and Daxter is, and made it into more, like, thematically and in terms of gameplay, I just don't think it works. They tried to make this franchise into something, excuse me, that it's not. So, you know, Daxter, Jak and Daxter, instead of it being like kind of a more lighthearted thing, like, you know, kind of a cartoony, family-friendly thing, they tried to make it real edgy and like dark and gritty, which a lot of games at that time did, and it's just kind of cringe, if I'm being completely honest. They make Jak talk in that game, so he's no longer a silent protagonist like Link. He actually has a voice, and he's real, you know, they try to make him kind of like a bad A. The first thing he says, he's like captured by this guy named Praxis, and when you say him, he's like, I'm gonna kill Praxis, and it's like they just, it's kind of like the Shadow of the Hedgehog game, you know, they just tried so hard to make it like edgy, and it just doesn't work, I don't think, and the gameplay they completely changed, so there's still a little bit of platforming, but at its core, it's really not a 3D platformer anymore. It's more of a shooter, but it doesn't control like it's Jack still has all of his same moves. So it's like you're taking a platformer and like you're reusing assets from it and like your moveset and stuff, so you don't have to like recode everything. But now you're giving him a gun, and it just doesn't work because you don't really. It's not like a traditional shooter where like you don't really have like an aiming reticle. You don't use like the right stick to aim the gun. You know, like I think I'm honestly not the biggest fan of Ratchet and Clank. But to give it credit, though, I think Ratchet & Clank is an example of a 3D platformer mixed with elements of a shooter game done right. Because like you can strafe, you can lock onto enemies, you can do rolls to the side to dodge them. With Jak 2 and 3, you're just running around with a gun and shooting enemies, and then you're just kind of like just turning around and walking away. There's no like sidestepping, there's no weaving, and like just very basic stuff that you expect in a shooter game, and it just makes it very frustrating because you're dying constantly because you're shooting at enemies, but you don't have an effective way to like dodge really. It's like you're just kind of having the damage boost and hope for the best.
Down here by the egg.
Yeah, Jak 2, I'm not a fan of. It's a lot of tedious, busy work where you're just going around one end of the map, and the map is very large in that game. One end of the map and doing an objective, then going all the way to the other side, then coming all the way back. It's just it just feels like a series of little miniature missions that are very repetitive, and most of them I don't think are all that fun. And they can also be extremely frustrating and unforgiving, where it's like a challenge where it's like I've got this. They kind of almost make it like Grand Theft Auto, but with Jak and Daxter. So it's like Grand Theft Jak. You're like hijacking that game has like a futuristic setting. You end up in this like this dystopian city, and it's a neat concept, you know. And Praxis, he's voiced by Clancy Brown, who's the voice of Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob, but he also did, you know, another Naughty Dog game. He was the voice of Dr. Cortex in Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3. So, you know, I like they've got Mr. Krabs' voice in there. He also did Long Feng from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and his character Praxis is basically the exact same as Long Feng, where he controls the government, and he's like, you know, putting out all this propaganda. Everything is safe inside of our walls. There's no reason to leave our borders. So it's kind of funny. It's the same voice and basically the same character as Long Feng. So like it's got some interesting ideas, but in execution, I just don't think it really works all that well. Let's talk to this lady here who wanted us to save this egg.
Oh my! I hope the poor dear's okay.
Probably not. We pushed it off a very high ledge.
No, no! No, 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 no!
Look, isn't that cute? It thinks you're its mama.
Ah! I'm not your mom! You see any feathers here?
Oh, love at first sight. Oh. Listen, boys. I'll take this little chick back to the village with me and wait with the sage to take care of her.
She reminds me of Granny from Looney Tunes, you know? Like she probably keeps Tweety Bird as a pet too. She seems like one of those psychotic animal ladies, you know? Not saying that everyone who's like a, you know, who owns pets is like a crazy cat lady, but you know, they do exist, you know? I could see her being one, like her animals die and then she gets them like, what's it called when you like preserve their bodies and just like leaves their dead carcasses just on display in her house, you know, just like creepy stuff like that. She's probably all about that. And there's probably people who are gonna tell me you shouldn't, you know, don't judge people, but come on, it's a little creepy. Taxidermy, that's what it is. When people get taxidermy, get their pets taxidermied, whatever the verb for that would be. It's kind of unsettling. Maybe they're completely harmless, but I'm not going to take any chances. That gives me serial killer vibes. I'm getting out of there. But anyway, let's keep exploring around here. We still got that whatchamacallit, that pelican to get our our one power cell from. What we got over here? The water doesn't look super great. It's got this weird shimmery effect, but that almost just makes it look more like a metallic surface than water. You know, we played Mario Sunshine on the channel, which that game's based all around water, so of course they want it to look good. But in Mario Sunshine, the water looks way better than this game, and they both. This game came out within like a year of Mario Sunshine. Mario Sunshine might have come out maybe like 6 months later or something. I don't know the exact time frame, but we're getting some slowdown there, some frame drops. It'd been nice if they'd fix that on PS5, but oh well, I guess. Let's see. Is that a power cell up there? I think it is, just chilling. A lot of these just kind of out in the open for us here early on in the game. That won't always be the case, but for right now it is. Daxter doing the robot. But yeah, we got 10 so far. I think there's 100 in the game in total, if I'm not mistaken. So we're like 10% of the way done.
Seagulls! Let's buzz them for kicks.
I think we maybe get one if we keep harassing the seagulls. Nice. I will take it. Thank you very much, game. Alright, yeah, let's go back over here and bother the birds some more. Daxter's a maniac. I love his voice. I don't know who voices Daxter, but shout out to them. He really kills the role, whoever he is. Oh, there we go. Something's happening. Nice.
Wow! They caused an avalanche! Let's check it out!
I don't really know how that happened, to be honest, but, you know, we'll take it. Somehow, that handful of very small birds just caused a giant piece of rock that just erode from the side of that mountain there. I don't really know how that works. That was just an accident waiting to happen. If it was that, like, somebody could scream, or like somebody honked their car horn and that would have fallen over. Like, how do a bunch of seagulls? I don't know. I don't understand. But anyway, speaking of birds, let's go get that one. What's that one there that we're missing? I don't know. Let's look to see what all we got. How about eggs? Okay, we're missing, I think, what, 3 in this area? I don't know, we're missing 53. Okay, I think there is still a higher up place I've not gone to yet. What did I just hit? I'm trying to go back. Oh my gosh, how do I unpause it? There we go. I was hitting the circle button, I was hitting square, I was hitting triangle. Finally I just hit the start button again. Okay, yeah, we can dive under here and get these. So you can dive under the water in this game. You can't fully swim underwater really. Like I can't just, I can kind of stay down at the bottom and then let go of the square button and I come right back up to the top. But you can't really, swim fully freely like you can in, say, Mario 64. Oh goody, Hot Wheels Unleashed updated. I haven't played that game. That's just installed it because on the PlayStation Premium service, whatever they call it now, PlayStation Network is a free game on there. I've heard it's decent, so I did download it, but I haven't touched it.
We have to get to the power cell before the pelican scoops it up again.
Okay, so we got to get there before the pelican. I feel like we're not doing too great here, but go. Where's it at? Over this way? Go. Where's the pelican? I don't even see. Ah! We got it. No worries. Alright. So yeah, just one more in this area. We might not be able to get it yet, actually. We might have to come back after we... there's something we have to do over in the forest, I think, that enables us to get over there and get some stuff on those ledges where we open up a blue eco vent. Because, yeah, you got all these different colors of eco. You got the blue eco, the green eco, and there's dark eco, there's light eco. I don't think they bring in the light eco until, like, Jak 2 or 3, but, yeah, Jak 2 and 3, again, not my favorite games. Jak 3 I thought was a little bit better, but Jack 2, I really didn't. And see, Jack 2, I played it some as a kid. I have a lot of nostalgic memories of like the opening, like the early parts of that game. Because, you know, as a kid, you know, I wasn't allowed to play like Grand Theft Auto or whatever. So that was my first experience being able to go around and like kind of, you know, carjack people and just kind of carjack, get it? See what I did there? And just kind of do whatever you want, you know. So that was fun. I liked how it was kind of just a big open world where you could run around in. But I never really made any major like story progression or anything because I really didn't get that far as a kid. And playing as an adult, it's just like, yeah, I really wasn't missing much. But yeah, you would get like dark and light eco, so Jack can kind of like transform in those games. Like you fill up a meter, and then he like has this like really OP form where he transforms. And again, it's like they were trying so hard to make it all bad A or whatever. You know, it's kind of reminds me a little bit of Sonic Unleashed, where they did the whole werehog thing, where it's like they're trying so hard to make Sonic seem cool, but it's not working. You know, you don't have to try to make Sonic cool. When you do, you know, when you give Shadow a gun or when you turn Sonic into a werewolf, it's just cringe. Nintendo turned Link into a wolf in Twilight Princess, but I would say it worked there. But usually when you do stuff like that, it ain't a good idea, in my opinion. If they ever reboot the Jak and Daxter games, it'd be cool if they made like a remake of the first trilogy or something. But after that, I would want them to, you know, I'd want them to kind of go back to basics and make a new Jak and Daxter game that's like the first one, and not, you know, like Jak 2 and 3, which are kind of complete rebrandings. Like they even dropped Daxter's name from the name. It's not Jak and Daxter 2 or Jak and Daxter 3. It's just Jak 2, Jak 3. So yeah, I don't know. It's unfortunate. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments. Do you like those other Jak and Daxter games, or does my opinion deeply trigger you? Because I know there's people that I think like Jak 2 especially, but that's my least favorite one. I don't like Jak 2. That's just me. I played Spyro the Dragon on this channel. I love me some Spyro, but only really the first Spyro. I'm not a fan. I think Spyro 2 is a little bit mediocre. Let me know what your thoughts on that. I think Spyro 2 might be the fan favorite that people like the most. I don't really like it. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. Maybe we'll play it on this channel someday, but it's not a high priority for me to play Spyro 2 or 3, because I just think those games have some weird design decisions that I just don't find that fun, you know. A lot of like tedious quests where you're helping out NPCs doing like annoying fetch quests where the NPCs get themselves killed and you gotta redo it 50 million times because their AI is terrible, and just a lot of stuff like that. I don't find any of the characters to be that interesting, and it gets kind of weird, whereas the first Jak and Daxter game was mostly like...
the mirror diverting the precursor beam!
Yeah. The first Spyro game was mostly focused on dragons and maybe a few other mythical creatures sprinkled in here and there, you know. Like you got some Jack in the Boxes that come to life, and you got other fantastic elements like that. But then they just get kind of weird with it, I think, in Spyro 2, where it's like you've got like real like you got like humans there, and then like humans from like children's like stories like Hansel and Gretel and stuff, and it's just like kind of weird. It's like, why?
Those coward doohickeys scattered all over the jungle must redirect the eco beam.
Yes, we gotta activate these mirror things here to deflect this ray to reactivate the blue eco power grid or whatever. So let's gotta take this, point it at the next one. There it is. We just gotta make our way over to there. Yeah, we'll go for about 10 minutes here. It's not really like a super convenient place to stop, because this game, again, it just kind of keeps going. I could have stopped, I guess, when we got to this second area, but I don't know. We'll do each episode about an hour length. That's kind of the standard, I guess, for what I tend to do on this channel. Not always, but yeah, we'll play a little bit longer, and then we'll pick up where we left off next time. But yeah, it's a fun little game. Like, it's pretty open. You can go where you want, but it's also got little sections like this that feel very Crash Bandicoot-esque, where you got little, you know, more linear strips of platforming to go through. There is something under this bridge we can get. I believe it's this one. There's a couple bridges. No, I guess it's the other one. No, we gotta be careful around these. I think even if we just touch them, it hurts us. Yeah, okay, I couldn't remember for sure. It's kind of like, you know, how you had the Nitro boxes in Crash Bandicoot. Again, it's made by the same people, so naturally there's a lot of similar elements that carry over. Is there anything down this way? Besides man-eating piranhas. At least these ones don't eat me in one bite like those other ones. One bite, everyone knows the rules. Nice crisp undercarriage. I want to burn my mouth off on this pizza. It's, I guess, named David Portnoy or whatever. That's the pizza reviews. Got recommended to me on just like Facebook video or whatever, and I've watched so many of those, even though like I don't know why I care. I love pizza. I guess that's why pizza's like my favorite food. But that Dave guy, I feel like he would be kind of I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't make a judgment on the person's character. I don't know the guy. He might be a saint, but I don't know. He seems like he'd be a little bit of a case. We'll say. Head back this way. Could use this thing while I've got this blue stuff. We can use this kind of like a trampoline here. Right now, well, we can open our way up into here. Get another power cell. Yeah. 15, not bad. Try and see if we can get maybe one or two more here. We'll see. Okay, so I think where I want to go is this the one out. Oh shit, we're almost dead. Is this the one that I need to? Whoops, wrong button. Activate here. Yes, I believe so. Where are we point? Oh, there it is. All right.
Let's go to the next tower and reconnect the beam there.
Okay. Go over to that tower. Also, I do want to do this little, oh, we might be... Okay, I thought we were going to die there. I kind of do want to die so you can see some of the funny quips Daxter has to say. You know what, screw it. Let's get killed here. See what Daxter has to say. He's got a bunch of different commentations about Jack's death that are pretty funny, so...
I'm like, Stretcher! Look. Revenant.
Alright, let's keep on going here. That's backwards, we don't want to go that way. Yeah, Daxter, everything he has to say is just so apathetic to the fact that you just watch Jack die. I guess Jack isn't really dead, or at least we'll hope not, because if so, Daxter's a terribly unsupportive friend. And that's putting it mildly.
To zoom on over to Misty Island.
Let's grab these. Then we'll hop down there. There's a little fishing mini game we can play. I don't think we can get all those just yet. Okay, here's some. Nice. Still got two more of those to find though. Those scout flies or whatever. Is that the one? Is that the last tower we need to get? I think it is. Let's get to that real quick, and then we'll go and do the fishing mini game, and we'll probably call it there. They really need to fix this bridge. That's just a liability, just waiting to happen. Somebody's getting sued. Again, I don't know what is and isn't legal in this universe, but it seems like grounds for a lawsuit to me. Alright. I keep hitting the wrong button. Okay, here we go. Nice. Is that our last one, or do we have to go over there too? We might have to go there. Okay, so where is it? That one right there? It was close. It wasn't very far. Okay, let's go get it real quick. Excuse me. Alright. Put this right over at this. And... oh my god, I have to go over there too? Are you kidding me? Oh, we're falling. Call life alert. We're falling and we can't get up. Scratch that. We got it pretty easily. Okay. Get this last time. This better be the last one. If it's not, I'm gonna lose it. Okay, get down there. I think I'm facing the wrong way. Oh, I guess it turned me the right way. Are we done? Is that it? Please. Okay, I think so. We're getting a different cutscene here. So let's see what happens. I love this game. I know Ant Dude did a video on it.
Of the mayor that he owes us big time for connecting the village energy beam.
Oh yeah, talk to the mayor, and then we'll get get another power cell. We'll do that. We might wait and do that next episode. I don't know. But I know Ant Dude talked about this game being a little bit generic as far as 3D platformers go. I couldn't disagree more. Like, I wouldn't say it does anything super revolutionary, but I think it's just a really solid game. It's a lot of fun. All of the power cells are enjoyable to collect. But let's talk to this guy
What do you
here.
have in the basket?
Nothing to talk about. Them monsters patrolling the ocean took a bite out of me fishing rig. And now they're gobbling up
More
me
than a
catch.
bite.
No matter what I try, I can't seem to catch a single fish in this river.
Woo! Maybe it's your breath.
You think you can do better? Try
Daxter has a lot of
scooping up
unsolicited
river fish with a
comments
tiny net.
about people's
I'll give you a power cell.
people's
If you
breath.
can catch 200 pounds of them critters, and then I'll let you and Shrimp here use my speedboat to get
Use
them
my
to the
speedboat.
island. You want to try the challenge?
Yes.
There are two types of good fish to catch.
There.
1 pound
There be 2 types of
fishies
good fishies.
and 5 pound
The
fishies.
5-pound fishies there.
If you miss
Don't you know
20
they're
pounds of good
laddies?
fish, then I'm gonna take me net back from you.
Okay,
There are
retract the claws.
poisonous eels in this river. Catch even one of them boogers, and you'll poison the whole darn catch.
Yeah, so this is stressful, but it's kind of fun. So if we get a single one of those poison eels, we automatically lose the challenge. And we also can't miss more than, I think, what did he say, was it like 20 of these guys? And we're trying to get, I think, like 200 points worth, or 200 pounds worth, and the gold ones are worth 5 pounds. So yeah, it's also very touchy. I missed 2 right off the bat, because it's very finicky controls. I'm gonna have to get used to that a little bit. But see, this one's actually fun. But Jak 2 and Jak 3, to a lesser extent, are just constant mini games like this that just aren't that fun and are very frustrating, because like you lose and then you got to do it again and again and again, and it's just kind of annoying. But the ones in this game I think are genuinely fun. Like, I like this. This is a nice little change of pace. But man, the ones at Jak 2 just suck. I remember there's like a whack-a-mole game you play with Daxter, and like I couldn't progress in the story until I beat this game of whack-a-mole, even though it wasn't important at all. Daxter's just like, ooh, I'm gonna play some whack-a-mole, and like I can't go on to the next mission until I do it, and I kept losing because you got to be like
Here comes a big one.
perfect, and it's like I didn't sign up for this. I just want a platform. I just want to run around and jump, and I guess shoot stuff since you're gonna make me do that on this game.
To the left. Hold steady.
Concentrate.
Almost there.
Avoid the purples.
You did it!
Nice.
You caught 200 pounds of fish. Not bad for a couple of landlubbers.
Why are you dressed like
Here's the
Shrek?
power cell I promised. And you can use my boat at the village dock.
Use me boats down in the village below there, don't you know? Use them Ireland, Scotland, I don't know. And he just stands here and laughs like a maniac for the rest of the time. How do you do that without opening your mouth? That's pretty impressive. Okay, I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable at your maniacal laughter. Daxter, he's still going. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, guys, so think that's probably going to be a wrap here on our first episode of Jack and Daxter. So join me next time as we continue playing. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you like the video and you aren't already, please consider subscribing to the channel and leave a like on the video. That would help me out a lot if you feel so inclined. No pressure though. I'm not going to beg anybody to subscribe. But you know, it would mean a lot if you did. But yeah, join me next time. We'll talk to the mayor, and we'll also trade in some of our eggs for some more power cells and all that fun stuff. So yeah, catch you guys on the next time.